Hello everyone, and welcome back to part 8 of Samurai Shodown, Tales of the Bushido. And sorry I didn't get a chance to broadcast last night, but it seems that I had a few wrinkles to iron out of learning how to use this different emulator. And since I didn't close the program via the quit option instead of just Xing it out, it didn't save any of my progress. So I had to redo some of that. But I'm back at the same point where I was before, so let's get started. Alright. That extra save is just a result of me trying to figure out what the emulator needed me to do. Alrighty. Okay, so if you recall, next thing I needed to do was go into the cave up here where I last saw that strange guy in the mask. Other nice thing is I discovered that this emulator also has save states, so I can use that to as a backup. Wind sandals. Okay, equip. And he can't wear any sandals. Hang on for me just a second. Animals. Can't live with them, can't cook them and eat them. Well, not those anyway. Anyway. Alright, now. Nothing inside, oops. Oh, nice. And of course I get a random encounter just then. No big deal. Yeah, with the assistance of knowing exactly where I needed to go, and plus a little bit of tinkering with save states to help speed things along, I was able to cut 2 hours worth of work on the game last night down to about an hour and 15 minutes just from okay, this is automatic. A creature looks at the bottom of this crater, the likes of which you have never encountered before. I'll be waiting. Hey, I don't know just how tough you really are. For all I know, you could be lying to me anyway. But as long as I fight with the blade of justice, I will prevail, because I must. As my father taught me, I will keep my friends close. And with them and Poppy at my side, I will win through. Ah, he just dodged the cliché. He doesn't seem evil to me. What do you think, Poppy? Waff waff. Or whine. Okay. And random encounter. There we go. Oh, I didn't mean to do that to that thing. Oh well. Nice. Yeah, the rush dog is a neat idea. It's, you know, it's useful in the fighting games, but as far as this game goes, I've yet to find any instance where it's not weaker than every other move that Galford has. Ah. Yeah, in tinkering around with the save states, I also think I've discovered that the next attack, or rather the next random encounter you run into, seems to be kind of predetermined as soon as one fight finishes. Like, it determines that the next fight will occur in X steps. Metal glove. Let's see. Ooh. Attack +5. Wait a second, let's see. Oh, nice. That's quite a nice little bonus there. It's about time, because Galford, Is it? Is that how Final Fantasy did it? I guess they just must have set it to... I mean, this game doesn't work on a grid system like the old Final Fantasies did, and Dragon Warrior and the like. So I don't know if it's exactly how it's determined. Reshinzan. Ah, yeah, these guys have pretty high defense. Oh, nice. The Earthquake Slash does causes confusion. Oh, nice. Oh, that's a neat trick. Okay. That's kind of funny that you say, you know, tool-assisted speedrunners, although it looks like you're just saying tasers. Alright. Yeah, if it were doing a per-step roll, I would think that you'd... I remember when I ran into problems with that kind of thing when I was working with Mugen, because if you did something where it was a random chance every 60th of a second, which is how it works, then unless the chance was really, really low, it would happen almost all the time, because it's checking 60 times a second. Oh, dang it. Oh, so much for that guy and his confusion. Ouch. Yeah, there was only one place in all of the Final Fantasy games that I can recall where they actually did have one encounter per step, and that was very deliberate. It was in one specific hall. It was the I don't remember which dungeon it was, but in Final Fantasy 1 there was something where they called it, you know, the Giant's Cave, and it was just like this one hallway in a specific dungeon. Every single step you took, you would get into a fight, which was, you know, useful if you wanted to level up there, but. Oh, and something funny that happened. I caught wind of, geez, all this stuff for Hawamaru and nothing for Galford.
What does it say?
Sorry about that. A little bit of interruption. Okay. Storm. Looks like that's the best thing. But yeah, okay. Sorry about that. Got distracted and then sidetracked. But yeah, something funny that happened was that someone pointed me to someone making the comment that I was holding this translation for ransom, which is kind of funny, saying that I was, you know, demanding donations in order to finish it, and all that kind of stuff. And which is funny if you know anything about the history of this translation. You know, I started it quite a few years ago, and you know, life happens. Things got in the way. I got married, and about a year after that, things just kind of, you know, my enthusiasm to work on it kind of waned, and you know, for a lot of reasons. And you know, in the meantime, I had people, you know, offer to make donations to, you know, to continue it, to finish it, whatever. And I just couldn't work up the motivation to do it. I just, you know, every time I looked at it, I would just, you know, just feel like, I don't feel like messing with this. It's just, and it's only just been recently that I've felt like, you know, dealing with it at all. I feel like I should backtrack. Yeah, I switched over to, figured I'd start playing as Galford as my main character, since I never had. But yeah, and when people would offer you know, to make donations and everything, I said, you know, flat out that, you know, I don't feel comfortable making, you know, accepting donations for something that you know, I'm not prepared to offer any kind of assurance that will ever get finished. And, you know, unless I'm prepared to devote, you know, my time and energy to it fully, then I don't really, I think it's, you know, even if they know that up front, it still strikes me as kind of dishonest to accept money from people for something like that. And you know, the whole thing just kind of leaves a bad taste in my mouth anyway. I've noticed a lot of the time, whenever you know, do something as a hobby, you know, a project as a hobby, if people decide they want the end result, you know, it suddenly becomes something that you owe people. And you know, this is something I did, you know, something I worked on because I had fun doing it. When I stopped having fun, I stopped working on it. And I'm hoping that, you know, and it's kind of working. I'm kind of trying to use this to, you know, get myself psyched up to work on it again. And you know, and I have been doing some kind of tinkering around with some stuff in the background. Nothing that you'll see in this, but just to see what needs to happen in order to, you know, resume work on it. But yeah, and yeah, people can be, you know, hair trigger with the accusations. It's, you know, they want, you know, people want an easy explanation, and sometimes there really aren't any. Sometimes life just happens, you know. And plus, when people decide to be dicks about that kind of thing, it's, you know, a lot of people, you know, give up on projects because, you know, they're just tired of people, you know, harassing them about it. And that wasn't really the motivation behind, you know, what caused me to stop working on it. But, you know, it did play some role in my, you know, just lack of enthusiasm. Because, you know, initially the point was, you know, obviously to release this. This wasn't just, you know, something for my own benefit. But, you know, when all I ever got was people, you know, demanding, you know, when's it going to be done? You know, what are you wasting time on? That kind of thing. Ooh, let's try replica dog.
Go, puppy.
And that was highly anticlimactic. But yeah, when you deal with that kind of stuff, it's, you know, it can sour you on something. But oh well. I'm tinkering with it now, and you know, with any luck, you know, things will work out. Yeah. I appreciate it. You know, it occurred to me that, you know, I mentioned before that I kind of wanted to do, to make a bestiary of the game. And that seer gem is what allows you to look at enemy stats and everything. And like with this, since this emulator supports save states, I could actually, you know, make use of those to, essentially, you know, just go around in any given place and, you know, use one seer gem to get the stats of every single enemy in the game. Okay, here we go. Yeah, what a surprise! I would never have thought I'd find humans down here. Stop this. He's much too strong for you to handle. It's you, but we'll have to talk later. Got some demons to kill, and justice waits for no one. Actually, I mean, Neo Rain is a really solid Neo Geo CD emulator. I mean, if there's any Neo Geo hardware that really needs to be emulated, it's the Hyper Neo Geo 64. You know, it's partially supported in MAME, but you know, it's very buggy. You know, it doesn't do all the layers correctly, and it doesn't support any kind of sound. But anyway, I see you're too stubborn to be talked out of this, so I will have to fight alongside you. You are the ones who halted Mount Aso's eruption. My name is Haon. I have gathered the anima spells to build power. Power for the great and fearsome Lady Mizuki. Shut up. Yeah, that was another one that was a shut up. Let's do this already. We shall plant the seeds of fear and despair unending into the hearts of those who would dare oppose us. I'll suck the marrow from your bones. Come on then, little humans. And if you look at the size of their sprites relative to the size of his sprite when it comes up, he's freaking huge. He's something like 1.5 times the size of Earthquake in the games. Oh man, that does not do much damage at all. Yeah, and now this dude is in my party. Oh geez, he's a big fella. Yeah, I really love his design. That was just, you know, very imposing. Yeah, it's a neat. He's a neat character. Dang it, that does not help. Whew, okay. Yeah, and he's Haon is a persistent antagonist throughout this game. You know, one of the better developed characters in the game.
Go, Poppy!
Go, Poppy. Yeah, someone, actually one of my beta testers for the game, he took the sprite of, you know, that's in the game and upsized him a little bit relative to the size of the sprites of this, because the sprites for the characters in this are kind of shrunken down from their size in Samurai Shodown 3, which is what they were based on. So he upsized it and smoothed it out and everything, and it's just, you do a comparison directly and it says, wow, he's freaking huge. Okay, that's not too terrible. Now if I could get, if Haomaru could get powered up, that would make a big difference. Yeah, and Haomaru gets powered up fairly quickly. That's one of the, oh shit. Yeah, Haon's powered up now, so. Oh, good. I think each one lasts about 3 moves, and if you get powered up prior to what you know will be a boss fight, you can make use of that. You can, you know, try to run from any. Ow, damn it! That does not do much damage. Come on, hit. Ow, I didn't. It hit, but it didn't really accomplish much. But yeah, you can go in, you can go directly into a boss fight powered up, which really improves your odds. Let's see if the Plasma Blade does any. Oh yeah, it's not going to do anything if he dodges. Ouchie, wah. Okay, let's get some healing going on there. You know, it's really, really hard to stay healthy when that kind of shit keeps happening. Yeah. Okay. Oh, right, I have that. So let me... Well, first I've got to get some healing going on, because Haomaru's in dire straits, and so is Genjuro, or not Genjuro, so is Galford. Yeah, that's looking worse and worse. Yeah, that's kind of the shitty thing. I don't have any characters who are, you know, have healing abilities of their own. I think the only ones that are the Rurus and Genjuro. Genjuro's healing ability is primarily because, you know, for the most part, he only fights, you know, he fights by himself. I can handle that. It's not fun. So now, hopefully I should be able to do some decent damage. No, not this! Even with defense lowered, that's still not particularly impressive. I wish he'd do a couple physical attacks on Haomaru. It's kind of a battle of attrition here. So close. Oh wait. Ooh. It does have healing. Nice. He's powered up again. I wish I could get powered up that quickly. Oh, nice, dodged. That probably would have done an amazing amount of damage if it had hit. Thunk. Okay. Ah, and I don't have any SP to really do any severe damage. Man, it's not even worth wasting the sake. They'll probably level up after this. Yeah, apparently him being powered up halves his damage. Or halves the damage he takes and doubles his defense. Nice. Okay. see that? That's the power of justice, right there! Alright, finally an animus bell. An animus bell? So it's the same as what I saw in Izumo. But I doubt something like that will be easy to take out. You have no chance. And why is that? Stand back. Only I possess the means to destroy these wretched things. With the holy bell. Holy what now? My deepest prayers. Grant me your strength. In this bell I wield. Wield is demonic negation. That was how I did it. I was trying to remember how I translated Jakibakumetsu. Which is like evil destruction. Lady Mizuki's bell. This cannot be. Brrr. How dare you interfere with my plans? He's still alive. Brrr. That bell technique is familiar to me. Whoa. Dropped a few frames there. Okay. Where and when have I seen it before? Rah! Feels like my head is splitting in two. You. Just who the hell are you anyway? Now there's a voiceover bit here, normally. If memory serves, what exactly is being said is spelled out. Yeah, basically, guy says his name is Reon, Shpu no Reon, which is like ringing of the gale winds. I swear the deepest pits of your fear and desperation will be mine to consume. Those are some 90s grade shoulder pads. Until that time, do try to make yourselves a bit stronger. And tough talk from a guy who just got, I won't say soundly thrashed, but yeah, that's a good way of putting it. 90s grade shoulder pads. Aren't you going to kill him? Why should I waste my time on the enemy's subordinates? Because they might come back to bite you in the ass? I must find the next animus bell. Rayon? It looks like we need your power to destroy those bells. What do you say we join forces? ... Good girl, Poppy. Ha ha ha, Poppy seems to like you too. Hey, it's no problem for the might of justice. Let's go take out that demon. Very well. The name's Galford. This is Haomaru. Okay. Yeah, and if you're playing with Genjuro, you still wind up with Rayon in your party. And it's like that's the one exception to him ever traveling alone, because it's it's kind of a pragmatic thing for him, because he sees that he can't proceed without Rayon's help. Do you know about this shrine? It's resonating with my sword. Perhaps Rashojin Mizuki is extending us an invitation. My entire life I was trained to fight her. So, I just know. I will destroy the animus bells. Mizuki has to be here. But to accept its invitation, that would mean... Never mind. I know I can count on you. Do you? We only just met. Come what may. I will kill Mizuki. Move ahead. You know what? I'm reluctant. Because I know the next area I need to go through is up there. So actually, I'm going to make a save state real quick. Just for the hell of it. A gateway into hell has been opened. Enter gateway to hell? Sure, why not? Seems like a nice place. Yeah. Go down for the winner. Yeah, then okay, this is it's kind of like Chrono Trigger. You can go here at like any point, but it's not a good idea because if you do it before you've completed all the destroying all of the anima spells, you're essentially screwed. I am Rashojin Mizuki, and I shall guide this aimless world unto complete ruination. Mizuki! Humans? Here in the Dark Shrine? Who the hell else were you talking to? Time to die, Mizuki! How delightful. Your soul will provide the finest of fear and despair. Come at me then. Come at me, bro! Yeah, I mean, like, it's... You're way over... You know, you're way underpowered for this. Yeah, and even if I did, I... You're actually not supposed to come... Yeah, you're actually not supposed to come here yet. It's, you know... All of your dreams are now at an end. Gather your strength. Destroy the anima spells, and then you will be able to defeat Rashojin Mizuki. I will be waiting. Okay, I'm actually gonna restore my save so I don't have to deal with all that stuff, because I would have had to go through all that stuff again with Rayon and, you know, Haon and all that good stuff. Alright, I'm gonna need to actually hang on a second. Let me backtrack a little bit. Let me go back to the portal and see if it'll take me near a But yeah, those shrines are there for you know, throughout the game. At the intro of oh right. Huh? What's this? What's a statue doing here? That's no ordinary statue. It's nicotine. Nicotine? I wish we could have met under better circumstances. But yeah, you're not going to find many other examples of, you know, more egregious examples of, you know, this is not a fight you're meant to win than in that particular instance if you go there before you're supposed to. But unlike Chrono Trigger, you know, there is no New Game Plus or anything like that, so you can't level up and then beat her early for a special ending or anything like that. Would have been neat if you could. Okay. But I think that let's see. Yeah, Chrono Trigger predates this game by a few years. But I think that might have been just a little too much for SNK to handle. I kind of think if it were remade, it would be a nice thing to include, because, you know, more Chrono Trigger influence is never a bad thing in my book. But yeah, other than when standing still, Rayon is always floating. But yay, now I actually have a healer in the party. SNK's history with RPGs is very limited. There was Crystallis, also known as Godslayer, on the old Nintendo, which was kind of a Zelda type action RPG, a little more straight RPG than Zelda though, because there was you actually did level up, and it was earning new swords with new abilities and everything. I don't think I was supposed to go this way. And there was one. There were a couple on the Neo Geo Pocket Color. I think Biomoto Unitron was one, and there was another game called Fazale. I'm not sure how it's supposed to be pronounced because I've never seen it in Kana, but Faselei. And I think that it was another one that was a pretty much a straight RPG. But other than that and this, I don't know of any other role-playing games they ever made. So I mean, this is, and certainly, and I don't even think those are really very traditional. Oh right, I don't need to go out. I need to go in the top here. But yeah, these caves are how you go back and forth around the planet. Yeah, I mean, the arcades were where SNK was king. Most of their output was fighting games and shoot 'em ups. And I mean, like, I suppose if you want to be, if you want to get really nitpicky, you could kind of consider the Crossed Swords series to be kind of action RPG light. There was like third person, like you would see, like you had a big sprite, that you would see directly behind, and the overall action looked kind of like the old light gun games, like Operation Wolf, if you've ever seen those. I don't even think I need to use any. Yeah, they're stronger than I thought they were. Just the severed heads are so weak. But yeah, there was Crossed Swords 1 was on the original Neo Geo. Crossed Swords 2 was one of the very few games that was a Neo Geo CD exclusive, like the Samurai Shodown RPG was as well. Aww. But yeah, that was but for the most part it was all variants on a theme. Like the strangest thing that that was ever, one of the strangest things that they ever put out was the Twinkle Star Sprites series, which was a versus split screen vertical scrolling shoot 'em up. And if that sounds weird, it's because it was, but it was also crazy genius. The gist of it, yeah, I mean, if you ever played Twinkle Star Sprites, then you know exactly what I'm talking about. I wish I had something to attack. Oh, I didn't know that there were any other games that replicated that style. It's like you would defeat the enemies, and oh man, by defeating enemies, especially by chaining explosions together, you would send projectiles over to your opponent's side, and the idea basically is just to overwhelm them with and until they get killed. And if you get powered up enough, then you can send over a boss attack. And it's just a lot of fun and really weird and cutesy. But I generally can't stand cutesy stuff, but that game for whatever reason didn't bother me. Hi, that's kind of damaging. I mean, I'm not generally speaking, I'm not much of a fan of shoot 'em ups, and I particularly don't care for the style that's the bullet hell types that are so popular these days. I just don't have the patience for that. You know, it's like I can look at them and I can appreciate that a game is well made, but actually wanting to play it is another story entirely. Yeah. Oh, this is that move that's instant death. Yep. Yeah, it's like it kills the creature that inflicts it, but it also kills whoever it hits. So it can be really nasty. Shit is right. And none of these are. Oh, nice! That canceled its attack. Oh, 16? Alright, now Galfer's powered up for all the good it's gonna do. Oh, that's effective. So I guess wind is what they're weak against. No! Oh. Okay. Yeah, I think it's time to heal. Yeah, Reon is not physically particularly strong. Yeah, I know, it's one hit point survival. It's nice, you know, it's nice to not have to rely on the extremely expensive revival items to to recover from that kind of thing after a fight. Yeah, Kelpies aren't particularly dangerous. Those things that look like Nightwalkers can be. Okay. It's like I'm just itching for when I get multi-target moves. That's one of the nice things about Nakoruru. Whenever she gets hers, her stuff, you can attack on a line. But I was always lamented the fact that some of the original characters in the RPG never saw the light of day in one of the actual fighting games. Like Reon or Ushiwaka, or even Mitsurugi Doko, the guy that grew the extra arm. Just neat ideas that just I won't say they were wasted in this game, but it would be nice to see them restored, or not even restored, but just brought back over into the format that the series kind of established its name on. And I can't reach it. I'd have to backtrack to get that, and I really don't think it's worth it. So what are the odds that a given item, and just don't dodge it, don't dodge it. Nice. Corpse flip. Ow, man, that's really damaging. Okay. Oh, dang it, I didn't mean to do that. All that SP and stuff wasted. Actually, Actually, let me check my by surprise. I don't want to fight you. 'Cause those guys are a good experience, but oh, waste of time coming over there. And oh, these are nothing. Please, please, just don't kill me. I swear I didn't see anything. I haven't done anything. I just ran from that weird temple in Peking. And somehow I wound up here in these tunnels. Oh, merciful Buddha, save me, please. Easy there, buddy. You'll be alright. What happened? I don't even know where I am. I'm just a merchant. I sell my wares along the Silk Road. But Peking is full of demons now, so I ran. I ran so far away. I just ran. I ran all night and day. Where am I? Southern Japan, the island of Kyushu, near Aso to be exact. Ah, so. Yes, that pun was part of the original script. Haha, not bad, dude. I'm in no mood for jokes, little man. I'm sorry. You know, Rayon is not the most personable individual. Screw it, I'm gonna run. I really shouldn't, because I'm gonna wind up having to grind later to make up for it, but I don't want to deal with that. Go down here. Nice. Yeah, kind of surprised no one ever took Rayon sprites and, you know, beefed, you know, that kind of, you know, sized them up to, and, you know, added some frames and everything to put Rayon in the, you know, into Mugen or something like that. I mean, it seems like, you know, ample fodder for it. And again, I think people are more interested in, you know, editing existing sprites to make, you know, horribly overpowered and unbalanced characters. You know.
Plasma bread.
Wow, that was worth it. Actually, I don't.
Plasma bread.
Yeah, I'm sure they are. I only, you know, I found out about that last night, and it's kind of a whole, you know, salty bet. Aside from being a really bizarre name that I really don't want to know the origins of, it's just. Come on. But yeah, I mean, as far as like, you know, that's all well and good for something like that, but as far as actually having something fun to play, you know, I prefer actually having, you know, something vaguely akin to a balanced character. Like when I made Mugen characters, I, you know, tried to make them, you know, accurate to how the originals played. But that was long ago and far, well, kind of far away. Ah, not quite enough to. I do like that they each have their have a unique confusion animation. Just a lot of nice little touches went into this game. That was one thing about the Mugen, you know, in the Mugen aspect of things. You know, if you wanted to take the time to mess with it, you could also create, you know, AI programming for your, you know, for a character. And the only character I ever did that for was my my version of Jeddah from the Darkstalkers series. But if you have a character whose moves are overpowered, in addition to having a really obnoxious AI, I would imagine it's, you know, kind of not exactly a dark horse when it comes to Salty Bet. Ah, stab it. And I won't make it. I won't. Nope, I knew it. Ah, they have like exactly 500 hit points or something like that. Ah, maybe it's just me, but I seem to ow. But it seems to me that Galford's stuff gets dodged a lot more often than Ukyo's ever did. It's like he's not a very accurate ninja. And such a pleasant sound effect, isn't it? Like someone, you know, cracking a million knuckles at once. Beyond lies a massive and ancient continent. Proceed. I think we're in, you know, like the. Oh, that's right. Yeah, and these places are in multiple parts. Yeah, the caves are in multiple parts, and unfortunately, this is the the biggest problem. Encounter rate aside, this is the biggest problem with the second chapter because there's a lot of neat stuff that happens, but in between the neat stuff, there's a lot of slogging around in caves, which is not nearly as much fun as as the story type sequences are. And the story in the second chapter is actually really interesting. Certainly more engaging than the first one was. I mean, the first one left a lot, I guess a little too much to the imagination. Just didn't really go into much useful detail about what was going on. You kind of had to, it seemed to be operating under the assumption that you were really familiar with both the Samurai Shodown series and the history, on which a lot of it was based. And the second chapter does a much better job of it, telling its story. Tenjin-zan. Blech. Hopefully I'll start getting some really good experience here. Well, not great, but better. Hey, you had me pretty shocked a little while ago. I didn't know why you were so upset. These caves are said to go all the way to Japan, you know. I wonder if these things lead to more than just China and Japan. Maybe. Maybe I should just go back to Peking. There's a very fine smithy who works there, you know. They say he's one of the best in all the world. If you want someone to temper your weapon, he's your man. Well, if you'll excuse me, I'm going to go wander. I've always, wondered about that, where they put NPCs in these, monster-infested areas, and without any kind of consideration as to, like, okay, how did this person survive to, all the way here? But, what do I know? Crazy Chinese trader who looks like a white dude? Yes. Yeah. Kolkaku. I'm just kind of dubious about new enemies until I have a decent feel on how dangerous they actually are. Boink, boink. I swear those things are so pitiful. I was like, I imagine they have all this defense and all these really weak attacks. They've got to have something like some rare attack that they pull out that's really, really deadly. Ouch. Okay, spearmen are kind of dangerous. Ah. To clarify, I meant physical defense, not a special attack defense. Hey. A horse! My kingdom for a horse. Or a... Ouch! Hey, Rayon's powed up. Ah, didn't quite finish it. There's something like 150 different enemy types in the game, which is not bad, for what is essentially a 16-bit RPG. Now, they used to advertise the Neo Geo as being a 24-bit RPG, or rather a 24-bit system, but that's not really true. It had a 16-bit X68000 processor and an 8-bit Z80, so they just doubled things up, or added them together. But the thing is, those are the exact same processors that are in the Sega Genesis. The thing that made it different was that it had some specialized graphics chips in it that allowed it to do more colors and hardware-based sprite manipulation, like zooming and stuff like that. Yay! Harb was obtained. Yeah, see, now we have a different chest design. They look all fancy. It's all fancy and stuff. Yeah, you visit China. Yeah, and these things, despite being weak, they are worth fighting because they do provide pretty good experience. But, China, France, where else? Central America, and the American West, which is out, San Francisco, which didn't exist at this time, but and that's where Galford hails from.
Yeah.
No. Ah, man. Freaking attacks that hit the whole damn party. Ah, not quite. I shouldn't have wasted that powered move on him. Seriously? He's got like 2 hit points left or something. Yeah, even powered up 3 hit points. It's like pretty much, unless you want to just sit and trade blows with them for a minute, then you have to use a special move to take them out. These aren't too terrible.
Yeah.
Slosh. It's one of the nice things about the gauge, that it gives you a means of gauging or getting a some idea of how many hit points a given enemy has, just based on how much damage you do versus how far down the gauge goes. Whoa! Oh no! And everyone died. Suffocated in the sand. Yeah. Forgot about this bit. Enter the demon road to Peking. Do they? I've never played the games. I remember I played the a demo of Suikoden 2. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it was a short game. Everyone died. Demons win. Life sucks for everybody. I'm assuming that's a good thing, because I always hear good things about the first two games. You know, horrible things about the third, and pretty decent things about the fourth. Weird looking Chinese pig demons.
Yeah.
And who dodged my attacks. Pathwalkers. Firebomb Spirit Fist. Hey, and I dodged. Looked impressive though. It was 4 that was the bad, that was the, you know, the one that I heard bad stuff about, because I was thinking, yeah, as soon as you said the ship things, you know, that's what a lot of people told me, like, oh, it sucks. But I haven't played any of them. I remember seeing Suikoden when it, you know, when it first came out, and I remember thinking that just the visual style of the combat was neat, just because like you would select all of your moves, and then everybody would do everything in rapid succession. It's like, oh, that looks cool. Now, children, we can agree that they were both good games. Although I will say, Matt, that you are the very first person I've ever seen who's apparently thought Suikoden 2 was not as good as the first one.
Plasma bread. Yeah.
How am I learning to move? Violent. Yes. Now he can attack 2 enemies at the same time. Why am I dropping so many frames? That was weird. It's like suddenly I'm dropping a whole bunch of them at once. I don't like it. No, sir, I don't like it. Ah! It feels like now if I'm just tiptoeing along and then suddenly, BAM! Enemies attack. Come on. I think the first thing that Galford gets is going to be capable of attacking multiple enemies is the plasma crossblade. Yeah. That will simplify future battles quite a lot. So okay, I could use some equipment. Yeah, I mean, the dog attacks, they don't seem to... Ouch! They don't seem to have much effect on the... Yeah, they don't seem to transfer over elements, and they don't seem to do a lot of damage in and of themselves. So I don't really see the point of them. You know, a whole massive 2 hit points.
Plasma breath.
Yeah, the main problem with poison is actually outside of combat,
Senpu. Let's
because it does carry over. And I'm...
Yosh.
Man, I really need to, yeah, because that poison status, it will, you know, just like Final Fantasy and stuff, you will lose hit points will drain as you walk around. And so, I've only got 3 of these. Run for your lives. But yeah, and the hit points actually will drop rather quickly outside of combat. You know, in combat it's no big deal, but
Yeah.
outside you can be screwed very quickly. Ah, man. That's time reverse. Yeah, this is not quite as bad as that damn time stop move that the Nightwalkers did. Just because that affected all of your party at one time and did a whole boatload of damage. Seriously? Come on. Ow. Tap, 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 tap. Ah! Didn't win. It was just a stalemate. Problem with that is that you actually lose your attack if you don't win.
Senpu. Let's go.
Ah! Not fun, dudes. Not fun. Come on. Quit dodging all my stuff. And why did I do that? It's a waste of an attack. Okay. Well, Rayon holds up to that pretty well.
Senpu. Let's go.
I could really use a level up here to restore some hit points and SP there.
Yosh.
These things don't provide all that much experience. It's kind of frustrating. I'm dying. You know what? For the how much work they take to defeat versus how, relatively weak experience that I get from them, doesn't really seem worth the effort. Yeah, so what I like to do with this game is if I could find a way to turn off random encounters entirely, and then, map stuff out. Yeah. It says Senpu is Shinpu. Shinpu Retsuzan.
Plasma breath. Yeah.
Yeah, the Lost Heads are worth a lot easier to fight, and okay. Yeah, unfortunately, the encounter rate is, probably the game's biggest weakness. I can't argue with that, but at least it's not Skies of Arcadia. And I don't care who hates me because of that. I did not like that game at all.
Yeah.
If you want, I can actually turn on the load times to give you a taste of exactly how bad it is for the... Damn it, poisoned again. Of how bad it is on the original hardware. But I would only do that once.
Plasma bread.
No! No thank you. I feel like I should do that for just for one bit, although I wouldn't do it here. Just to help people appreciate just how much better it is than playing it on actual hardware. Most of the time it's like, oh, original hardware is best, and up to a point I would generally agree, but not with this game. Soaring Spectrum Slash. Ooh, I think that's the uppercut that hits two enemies. Items, antidote. Attack all on a line. Okay, that's still a lot better than picking at enemies one at a time. Yeah, original hardware adds hours of game time. It would get a little tiresome. Okay, yeah, now you see this is Peking Demon Gate, and now you see that I've got two portals there, so I can jump back and forth to either any of the previous places. You know what? I'm gonna do a save state there just to be. It's like I'm not using it to be cheap. I'm just being careful. And these look different. Purple big things with basset hound ears.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Demon guards. Double incandescence. Ow, 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 ow. Okay. Okay, I felt that. Alright. Okay, that's kind of neat. Haha, nice. Was that guy there a second ago? Did I just completely miss it? Yeah, and that's it. Yeah, that's the. And you are in Tiananmen. Oops. Okay, I guess I can't backtrack there. All right. Wasn't sure about that. Okay.
Yeah.
Conflagration. Oh yes, Reppu Retsuzan. Then the final one was Shimpu Retsuzan. Yeah, so you had Violent Cyclone Slash and then Divine Cyclone Slash is how I translated them.
Plasma Blast!
Tink. Okay, special. Sure, why not? Alright, I'm confused now. Oh, well, that's obtuse. Just had to. I just noticed that there was a different shading there. So now I am in Tiananmen Square. This entryway is closed. No one is allowed in the castle. Lady Yokihi said not to let anyone through here. But the left and right gates of Tiananmen are still open. Lots of people have gone in, but no one's come back out. Sounds suspicious. Our head chef's gone missing as well. We don't even have any steamed meat buns here anymore. And they're so good. Damn it, I'm so hungry. Man, Nikomon, that is some good stuff. I don't think I can actually get back there. Oh, wake up. First that bell rang, and then this weird aura fell over the castle. Peking hasn't been the same ever since. Can you feel it as well, strangers? I love how NPCs and RPGs just, feel like volunteering information at random to you. I sense a very kind spirit in you. May your well of compassion never run dry. Huh? Hey, mister, just who the hell are you? Nikomon and spicy mustard. Good stuff. Ha 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 ha. Well, that's not a little suspicious. Wow, was that ninjutsu? Not ninjutsu, people. There's no such word. Was that the mountain wizard? Could it truly be? There's something mysterious about 4,000 years of history. The mountain wizard. He's even more impressive than ninjas. Way to denigrate all your own training, dude. Drugs. I sell hardcore drugs. 1,500 for that. I am going to grab a few of these. Actually, I probably should grab a few antidotes as well. Actually, I don't know what I'm doing. I need to, before I go selling shit, I should go see if Rayon can wear any of it. Okay, Rayon cannot wear sandals. Haomaru is the only one that can. I'm so hungry, I need something to eat! Not a single soul has come out from the castle. I do hope the demons haven't eaten them. Why is that capitalized? Good travelers, you look to be more than a mere... That's Kind of awkward writing there on my part. You look to be more than a mere glance shows. Have a listen to the ramblings of a doddering old fool. I was once Grand Chamberlain of the Forbidden Palace, you know. Lady Yokihi was once a truly good person, but she changed. She suddenly began arresting all the people and placing them in the prisons of Tiananmen and blocked it off from the town. The world-famous Forbidden Palace is crawling with demons. I tried to get her to stop, but she wouldn't listen. In fact, I barely got out of there alive. Alright. Corrupt officials. A theme that never gets old because it never stops being topical. This gate's been closed for a long time. It's meant to keep out all of the demons. Problem is, it also means that we can't escape if we need to. Yeah, you know, Tiananmen, the real Tiananmen is a lot bigger than this. Corrupt officials, yeah. The town supplies are almost completely gone, and the people are starting to starve. So hungry. Oh well, I can't even use the smithy. You bastards. She's been to many nations and learned much in her life. So many people look up to her and respect her. So why would she suddenly just accept the rule of demons? I wonder who he's talking about. This is the dojo of One Fu, the strongest in the world. My brother will be the man who unites our divided nation. Lord Wan Fu hasn't returned from the palace in over a week. I do hope nothing's happened to him. His wife Ming Ming must be worried sick. Pardon, good travelers. You look to be the sort who seek to improve your skills. If you think you're up to it, why not come to my dojo? I would love to, because I could use some new moves. Everyone says he's fine, that he'll be alright, but I worry more immediately about my son Dai Fu. As the son of Wan Fu, he has a great legacy to live up to. This is Wan Fu's dojo, but the master himself is not in. Is there anything I can assist you with? Have you come to train and increase your strength? Oh, hell yeah! Then try your hand at fighting these. You know, we're all worried about demons, but here are some demons for you to fight. Hey, and I'm powed up. Well, he's not, but... I don't think that'll work for both of them. Nope, they're too far apart. I can't use any. I don't have any super moves yet. You have to unlock them. They get unlocked as part of the plot. They get unlocked fairly early on in this version, so there'll be ample opportunity to see them. Well done, excellent form. Go for it, experience up. No new moves. Oh, yes he did, yay! Strike heads, nice. Haomaru. Cyclone wave, okay. Spin edge, rending slash. Oh, I think that's the, nice. I will pray for your continued safety. Yeah, I think that, new move for Rayon is a multi-hitting projectile attack. Hmm? Hey, I saw him! I saw Wan Fu with my own 2 eyes! There's no mistaking him! I mean, he's kind of, you know, distinctive looking. Oh, that was a line that think this must have been one of my test lines when I was trying to determine exactly how many characters I could fit. So the answer was 32. This isn't just any little nation. Peking boasts the presence of the mighty Lord Wanfu. With a visage handed down by the gods themselves, he has made this into a truly proud land. I don't want to believe it, but even so, we've been following a demon's orders. I can't believe this. What were we all thinking? I saw something near the gates of Tiananmen. Something coming out of the palace. It was last night, but it went right back inside. I don't get what goes on at night, really. Grumble, grumble, grumble. Butsu, 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 butsu. How are we supposed to be able to deal with this day after day? Isn't there someone who can help us? Well, you know... Has anyone seen this? I don't want to believe it. Blah, blah, blah. I can't believe Lord Wanfu would do it. I don't believe it. No, I won't believe it. Won't someone please help us? Well, okay. If I gotta. The store holds the inn and the pharmacy. Everyone's been imprisoned in Tiananmen, though. Yes, please. Actually, I may not have needed to do that, because I think after you do a training, then it restores your HP and SP, but hey, it's only 60 GP, so I'm not especially worried. I am gonna make a save state, though, just I don't trust the emulator fully not to... This is Peking. It's not much to look at these days, though. Everyone's depressed and afraid of the demons. And on top of that, all of the merchant caravans that used to come through here have been imprisoned behind this gate. The stores are still open for all the good it'll do you. Can't you please do something to help? But yeah, I'm not sure I trust the emulator not to lose my progress again. You can't come in here. No one can come in here. I'll be killed if I let anyone through. Grumble. Ugh, I'm so hungry. What I wouldn't give for a nice steamed meat bun right now. I thought the only human around was going to be Wanfu. I really hate these stupid errands we get sent on. Oh well, at least it should be time to eat soon. Grrr. Who the hell are you? Bah, you smell just like that Wanfu guy. Didn't you hear Lady Yoki's order to stay away from here? Get lost. Grrr. Okay. So the obvious next step is, not so obvious. Our head chef's gone missing. Well, it's the same thing. Did I go in here before? Yes, I did. I know I did. I think I've been inside all of these places, but... Okay. I can't go up there. Damn it, my dad's not going to be turned into some stupid demon. I'm guessing that's Daifu. It's just the inn. I wonder if I just go back in, if he'll either kick me out again. I thought, oh, that's the same thing. Nothing to be done in there, so obviously there's a step I'm missing. Actually, I think I have an idea. I'm gonna go back over here to the dojo. Yep. I wonder what Wanfu's brother could be up to now. I swear, to cause such trouble for one's own twin. So he has an identical twin brother? Yes, his name is Wan Long. When they were young, they both shared the same dream. They even went to study at the same Shaolin Palace together. Somewhere along the way, though, their paths began to change. They saw different ways to reach the same goal. Wanfu was a firm believer in the ways of diplomacy and justice. His brother felt that military power can settle anything. As you might imagine, they did not often see eye to eye. By the way, I haven't seen Lord Wan Long around in a while. I don't know why, but that makes me nervous. Well, by the sound of it, yeah. Apparently we have more twins here. Wan Long isn't at the dojo anymore. He and my husband Wanfu had a falling out and he left. Okay. So, scripted story sequence. Let me talk to the son here. Damn it. Okay, same thing. Let's try going inside again. Grrr, I'm sick of having to look at these ugly humans. All it does is make me hungry, and I'm sick of waiting. Grrr, that man, he's a demon. Yeah, I kind of figured that from what he was saying before. Shit! Now we have no choice but to fight. Let's go, puppy. Well, well, you actually dare to defy us? I admire your courage, but it won't keep you alive. Now this music actually reminds me very much of something out of Secret of Mana. Especially a little bit, in a little bit you'll hear it get much higher. This bit here. Ouch. Hey, nice. I actually made him dizzy. Ooh, okay. Yeah, here's his new move. Strike heads!
Yeah.
Also known as the Ninja Pile Driver.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, I've kept the audio down a little bit. I don't know how well it comes out. I can increase the gain on it a little bit. Let's see if that makes a difference. He still doesn't have the cross blade, so I still can only attack one enemy at a time.
Yeah.
Aww. Jerk. Yeah.
You can.
Nice. I've been thinking about putting a link to the PSF rip of the soundtrack I did somewhere in the description of the videos. It's got some nice music in here. I mean, a lot of it you kind of have to appreciate, you know, Japanese, you know, like traditional Japanese stuff, but I do, so I like it. Dark cherry. Oh, not too dangerous. At least not with the attacks I've seen so far. Now, did the I boosted the gain on the game audio a little bit. Does that cause any problems? Or you... Oh, that's a different sound. Ah, yes. Lady Yoki has forbidden all humans from carrying weapons, and I get to eat anyone stupid enough to break the rules. Oof. Not nearly as damaging as I would have hoped. How's that? I upped it some more. Keeps that up then. That wasn't very powerful at all. Oh, nice. I think I need to heal up some folks here. Oh, I don't want to know. Oh, you jerk. Alright. Red wolves are heavy on the hit points. Oh, no confusion. Those counterattacks are a nice idea in theory, but in practice they rarely work out as being all that effective.
Yeah.
Okay, no more healing. Could really handle if they'd stop that though. That's pretty effective. Ow. Ow. Okay. How bad? Yeah, he's pretty bad off. Really rather use his attack, but I need to make sure he doesn't get knocked out because he's my heaviest hitter. Oh, nice, dodged. Wait.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the danger of it. Man, these guys must have something like 3,000 or 4,000 hit points. Ow. Not Galford, not Galford. Oh, whew, that was close. That probably would have taken him out immediately. Okay. Physical attacks I can handle.
Yeah.
Ah, he's still not down. Man. Alright. Yeah, that only took a third of that one's health. So yeah, they've got over 3,000 hit points.
Shit.
Not to be trifled with.
Yeah.
That's one nice thing about that PAL mechanic, is that when it happens, you know, it's pretty well balanced in that if it, you know, occurs against you, then it can be, you know, either way it can turn the tide of battle. But if it ow. Yeah, come on. All I should need is one more good hit. Yeah, he had less than 15 hit points. Okay. Nice. Yeah, that should heal everybody up. Oh, did not heal Haomaru. Let me recover him. Okay, yeah. Yeah, now people are getting set free. Yeah, you're welcome. Thank you, we're saved. There are still prisoners being held on the upper levels. Will you go and help them? I'm the best smithy in Peking. Stop by my shop sometime so I can thank you properly. Are you sure you're a smithy? Okay, tell you what, I'm gonna save and I'm gonna backtrack out of here and level up my swords. And then since we're coming up on 2 hours, it'll probably be the end of the episode. Oof.
Plasma bread.
Schmack. Aww. And of course the one that was full, you know, at full health was the one that dodged it. Wow, that's rather effective on them. And now Haomaru level is up. Cheese it!
Yeah.
Nice. That thing goes, those things go down in one hit. So do those. Damn. Ah, I actually made it out. I don't believe it. Alright, where's that smithy? Alan Smithy, at your service. That is a Hollywood joke that most probably won't get. Thank you for helping us. For herring us. I wish I had some way to repay you, but I have nothing. It's not much, but please, take this. Okay, now it's on to business. I need to adjust that. Oh, yeah, and... Thank you, kind sir. You've been a great help. Where's that inn? Everyone's safe again. Thank you. And so on and so forth. Not everyone, but now, you know, a lot of the people are safe again. And that's good. It's time to save. Save my ass. Alright, that is going to be it for this installment. Managed to keep it down to a reasonable amount of time this time. Well, again, I appreciate everyone who stops by, and I know it's kind of a long slog and the game can be a little repetitive, but it is fun. I hope you're enjoying it. For those few of you who have the patience to sit through multiple hours of a role-playing game that you're not actually playing. But I will continue to do this until I'm all the way through the game, and if you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment on YouTube or drop in during one of the streams on Twitch, and I'll be glad to answer any questions you have. So take care, have a good evening, and thanks again for stopping by.